All right, can you guys hear me? Okay. So, thank you for having me. This is so really cool. And Erica, thank you so much for inviting me to this. And I hope you guys can take something out of this because it's truly awesome to see some of the coaches like branch out and kudos for Lydia to do this next week. Um, so for you guys who don't really know my story, I have a really story and when I really connected with Kelsey, I flat out told her everything. And as a challenger, that was hard for me to do, or not even being a challenger, just like being somebody on the outside looking in. You want to feel like you can trust somebody. So when you're putting stuff out on your page, make sure you like sound trustable because I feel like if Kelsey wouldn't have made herself sound trusting, I would have never been able to connect with her on that level. And she wouldn't have known everything that I had went through. I had straight up told her about how I was inappropriately assaulted and she was like, that's never happened to me, but I can't really relate to it, but I can relate to how you feel with the depression and all that stuff. So it's always good to just be able to relate to it. And it was hard. It was extremely hard, but knowing that she was there for me every step of the way, those first couple of days that I had like a bajillion questions, was something that was really reassuring to me as a challenger because I think she actually contacted me back in October of last year. And I was like, haha, peace, bye. No, thank you. Like, I was completely thrown off. But she was consistent with me and she had contacted me back and I eventually finally just went for it. And the consistency, the whole relating to her, the vulnerability that I was feeling, the vulnerability that I felt from her was what got me really attracted to her as a person. And it really helped me focus on myself. And obviously, I think I started like this in May. It was like my first time around. And those first couple of days, I had really felt Kelsey out, like as how she would be as a coach. So a suggestion that I've taken from that is Kelsey was there for me like the whole entire time, those few days that I was asking her those questions. And it really helped me as a challenger, just to really relate to her. And she even brought up the whole coach opportunity thing. A lot of people in the beginning, they don't do that. They don't bring up the coach opportunity because they don't know if you'll be a good coach, I guess, from what I've known. Not everybody, obviously. But she still offered it to me. And I was like, that's something that could help me actually push myself more in doing this. And I thought it was different. I'm going to have people following me be my challengers to motivate me. And I think that her just telling me that straight up, you don't have to be where you want to be to get to your goal. People are going to start following you because you're on that journey, because you're changing in front of their eyes. I didn't lose 76 pounds overnight. It took time. It took a lot of effort. It took finding myself, and it took Kelsey helping me. It took every part of me just really to do it. And it took a lot out of Kelsey too, because I was probably one of those challengers in the beginning who had 50 million questions and then some that I could have found on the FAQs, and I chose not to. And I know we all probably were like that in the beginning, and it's kind of sluggish. But now, as coaches, you learn, utilize it. And I know at one point, Kelsey I asked her some dumb question. I don't know what it was, but she actually sent me the link to the FAQ. And she's like, I even told her that I FAQ'd it, and I don't even know, I can't remember if I did or not, but she showed me, hey, it's this simple, and just, you want to show them the examples, because then, especially if it is a coach, because then, they're learning as well as you, because you might also have had that same question at one point, and you're also showing them, hey, it's as easy as just a Google search, technically, for FAQ. Also, what I've kind of learned from Kelsey is you're going to talk to challengers differently than you're going to talk to coach challengers. But you're still going to have that same mind frame that they're still a coach. They're still a challenger. When Kelsey and I get on our team calls, or when we have a little mentoring call, she talks to me and she tells me straight up, like, she asks me what I'm doing challenger wise. She's not just interested in the coaching aspect. So you always want to make sure that you're aware of, like, I know you guys, a lot of you guys, I know Erica, and I believe Delaney and Leah, I think you guys might have, I'm pretty sure you guys have some coaches under you. I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure right now. But I know most of you guys do. Oh, and Becca too, of course. But you have to make sure that you're relating to them both on the same level in a way. Because those people who are challengers are potential coach challengers as well. And you want to make them feel motivated. You want to make them strive to do what you're doing. And that's what Kelsey did for me, and I love her for it, because there's so much difference in the way that me and her, I guess, kind of talk sometimes. It's like 1 second it's coach, 1 second it's challenger, but it meshes. And it's always good to have that good connection, because if you don't have that good connection, then you could switch coaches. And I'm actually dealing with that right now with somebody who's actually switching coaches to me because they don't like their coach. They aren't relating to them. They aren't talking to them. And they aren't posting anymore. Her coach is not posting anymore. Her coach isn't doing anything at all. And that's unmotivating to her. So me being able to hop on my page, even though when Kelsey was getting married, she was posting. She had things on Hootsuite or Buffer or whatever. She had stuff following up her page. She had people following up with her. And that's a crazy time. And me just being able to see that is so motivating. I know it motivated a lot of you guys, motivated her challengers. And she's really, like, stepped it up to make us step up. It's just, like, you find people and, like, you're discouraged about it. But then if you see that the coach, your coach, or any other coach is just, like, so on point, so on the ball, like, it's amazing. And, like, you just want that energy. You want to do it. You don't want to see your coach over there, you're like, just snacked on a whole box of fried Twinkies, living the life, or something like that. You want to be able to, like, see that they just had a moment. They just had a moment of weakness. But then you're able to relate to them, and that's what she's done. And that's what really keeps me on the point of this. Like, it's just so mind-blowing to me that I didn't think 5 months ago, back in May, that I would be down 76 pounds. And she did. And if you have a challenger, honestly, that is more overweight or anything like that, one thing that she told me to do, she's like, you're gonna win at Coach Summit one year of losing that, like, big challenge. So if you have somebody who really, like, is having, like, those aha moments when they lose the weight and stuff like that. Thank you. And a lot of other people will too. Like, I have somebody right now who's almost down 100 pounds, and I'm like, you go, girl. Like, that's insane. Like, any amount of weight is a huge thing. And Kelsey may not have lost, like, a killer amount of, like, weight. Like, she didn't go from, like, 500 pounds to, like, 100 pounds. Like, I can't even imagine her that size, okay? But, like, just being able to relate to it. Like, but it's crazier because it's like, I don't relate to her on that level. Like, you could win too. You never know. Don't count yourself out yet, okay? Exactly. Those guns just totally broke my screen, guys. But, like, give them that confidence boost. Give them that motivation. Like, if somebody's, like, down 50 pounds, that's a huge accomplishment. If somebody's down 5 pounds, that's another huge accomplishment. Like, sorry, so I don't like gunshots outside. I do live in Vegas. Anyways, it's just, like, Kelsey's probably going to watch this and she's going to be like, that girl's going to have me crying or something like that. And it's okay because she has, like, I literally cry anytime I see her post. Same thing with you, Erica. And, like, you guys, like, a lot of the times I, like, literally creep on your page. I'm a certified creeper. Just saying. Is just really feel, like, these people out. And I feel you guys out all the time as, like, a challenger as well as a coach. And I, like, learn so much from you guys. I do all the time, just for real. One of the things I do with my challengers, which I kind of noticed that Kelsey does as well, I think because she went through my page, I'm pretty sure, one time, and I was, like, already on Facebook, and it showed me that she liked something from, like, 10 months ago, accidentally, I think, and then it disappeared. I was like, Kelsey totally creeped on me. But and then I remembered, I was like, because this was before I even signed up or anything. So I'm pretty sure she totally creeped on me, and it's okay because I did the same thing to her and you guys and stuff like that. But I think that also brought into my mind that we need to creep on people who we think are challengers or who could be potential challengers. Like, I know it sounds bad, but we as coaches are certified creepers. Like, it's in the job description. And, like, just from, like, remembering that, it's like you get to go through and you're like, oh, well, she seems like she's good at this. She seems like she might need a little help with this. And just writing down those things and stuff, like, it's just mind-blowing. Like, and then you can go back and see, oh, wow, she does need a lot of help with this, and I can see it relate on her page. So just knowing that Kelsey creeped on me at one point helped me creep on everybody else. It's just, you can kind of pinpoint things. Also, when you don't know how to follow up with somebody, you can just go into a creep mode and go find out something on their page. Like, they just got a new puppy. Oh my gosh, your dog is so cute. Like, just anything. And that's something that I learned from her, which she probably doesn't realize I learned from her, because she doesn't know that I realized that she liked something and unliked it because it was an accident. Another thing I've noticed that she does is she likes to shout people out, which has been something that I've grown into doing because it scares me. I'm like, because a lot of my challenges right now, they aren't like wanting to say their names yet. And I'm like, well, you know, people could think that I'm just straight up lying. And I even talked to Kelsey about this on one of our calls. I was like, you know, I'm scared of it. I'm scared to just throw people out there without a name or a tag or anything like that, because I feel like people are going to think that I'm not being genuine. I feel like people are going to think that I'm just not being me and I'm just out there. But she told me to pretty much just suck it up and be me. And that's what I'm doing. Like, just sucking up the crud and just being me is what I have to do. Because those people who don't want their name out yet, they're eventually going to want their name out. And just making sure you're being supportive to your challengers is something that I found to be really, really crucial, because, yeah, I want them to let me use their name. Yeah, I want them to let me share their story. I want them to post pictures, but I can't. And that's okay. You have to let your challengers or your coach challengers be ready when they want to be, or else they don't want to stay. As bad as that sounds, they don't want to stay. They're like, there's a difference between pushing and forcing. And you want to be a pusher, like, not a drug pusher. You just want to be a pusher with, like, pushing them to be their better selves. And you want to just show them what you're doing. You want to be that motivation. You want to be that person that blows their mind and eventually says, yes, you can use my name. Yes, you can do this. Yes, I want to be a coach. Like, you want to show them that this is as easy for them if they make it easy. And that's what really Kelsey's done for me, is she makes it seem so flawless. She makes it seem like every day is a picnic with butterflies and rainbows. But on the outside looking in, like, or I don't even know the words right now, but she doesn't. Like, it's not always the best of days, but she pushes through it. She shows us on her page with the vulnerability that she shows. She shows us that it can be hard some days. She knows that as a coach, some months are really hard to hit Success Club. And we relate to her to that. Like, we see her as like this big coach some days. And I love her for that. And then she like brings us down to reality. She's like, it's hard. It is hard. As coaches, we know it's hard. Like right now, I'm at Success Club 0, and I'm working on it. And like, I see her pushing. She's already at Success Club 14. She doesn't need to push. But then it's like, as a challenger or as a coach, she's still pushing to push us. She's still showing us that it doesn't have to stop at 14. Like, Erica's over there pushing, Becca's pushing, Leah's pushing, Delaney's pushing. Everybody is pushing. And no matter where you're at Success Club, no matter what you're doing, you're always pushing to show those challengers or show those coaches that you're always going to be there to push yourself. Same thing with when you reach a goal. Like, I could have said, oh, I've already lost 50 pounds, woohoo, bye. And no, I didn't. Like, I still pushed, and that's what kind of got people more interested, because like, oh, you want to lose more than 50 pounds, what? And it's like with those posts and everything, just people, they relate to it. If you don't post, then they aren't going to relate to anything, because what can they relate to? Just seeing a post 5 months ago saying you started this thing and haven't done anything with it yet. Sorry, I'm like thinking off the top of my head here. One thing that I know Kelsey, every single like time we like have a conversation like about this business, about everything, she never tells me what to do. She should suggest what to do. I know I did the 21-day fix, I think 3 times, because I wasn't ready to take that leap and do anything else. I was like, I'm just going to stick with this. Like, it's working for me. But I knew it was slowly stopping. Like, not stopping, but slowing down. First round, I lost 20-something pounds. Second round, 15. Another round, I think I lost another 15. And then I was a crazy person and did Insanity, the 22-minute hardcore, and the 21-day fix. 3 workouts back to back to back every single day. We got on a call the very first week that I started this, and she told me I was crazy. And honestly, I was crazy, and she told me straight up why I was crazy. And I was like, you're right. But she didn't she suggested for me to do what I want to do, but she didn't tell me that I had to stop doing 3 programs. That's not the kind of person she is. But the suggesting of, I'm killing myself. Like, I may have been seeing results in that week, but what kind of sane person? I'm sure she was. Like, I was in a dark place at that point. That's like, I had found out like a lot of stuff that was going on again, like in my life. And I was mortified, and I was like just pouring myself into this. And there's some news that you guys will find out actually probably the end of this month. Not end of this month, wow, next month. That's going to kind of tie more into that. But it's like, she never forced me to decide to just stick with the Insanity program. And I just dropped the other 2. Well, I did the like 21-day fixed meal plan or whatever, but I dropped 22-minute hardcore, and I dropped the workout for the 21-day fix. She never was like, you need to. You don't do that. Like, she suggested it. She's like, you're hurting yourself. You can't do that. Like, you're going to wear yourself thin. And I'm the person who works 10 hours a day, doing 3 workouts a day, plus coming home and taking care of my fiance and his son. So I was off my rocker. She also, like, with that whole situation, like, she gave me examples. She showed me, like, what could happen to me if I continued it. Like, she told me, like, you know, it's good that I want to push myself, but she also showed me who the crud is going to relate to somebody who wants to do 3 workouts. No one's going to want, like, I know I wouldn't relate to somebody who's doing 3 workouts a day. I didn't relate to those people who were going to gym, like, 5 hours a day. because I knew like I don't want to spend my whole life in a gym. And just her showing me like that it can lead down a harder path and there's better ways to deal with what I was dealing with than just focusing on a workout or 3 workouts. There's better than that. She gives you input and feedback weekly, which I think a lot of people need to do. Like, you need to give your challengers input and feedback like it's candy. If you feel like they're not giving 100%, then be like, hey, how's your week going? They'll straight up tell you, I fell off this week. They'll straight up tell you, like, most of the time, or you can kind of, like, sense a hesitation, and they're like, didn't follow my meal plan. And that's when you can be like, well, I didn't exactly follow my meal plan either. How about this week I check in with you at least 3 times, and we're going to get on board together. Just showing them that you're there for them and showing them that you're not the perfect coach. I'm not the perfect coach. Like, we're all learning, and Kelsey's still learning. Like, Natalie's still learning, her coach. All of us are still learning, and we're learning. Every challenger that we get is completely different. You're not the same challenger that I am. She's not the same challenger that you are. And it's able to just switch off different people, I guess, different versions of yourself is how you connect to people and just dealing with it. And it's an awesome thing to realize that you can have multiple personality disorder, but have it be a good thing. You want to show your coach or show your challengers that it's really good to be different. Like, you can show them, oh, 1 second, I'm on a ball. I'm awesome. I'm doing great. But then it's good to show them that you're a real person. We make mistakes. We mess up. It's hard to avoid that thing of ice cream or fried chicken or something like that. And one thing that I actually noticed, I think the other day, was some people, like my old challengers that have kind of fallen off the face of the earth, they posted and they've gained a little bit of weight. And I'm like, I'm not going to judge them. I'm just going to reach back out to them because they fell off. I might have fallen off with them too. And, you know, maybe it was because I didn't follow up as much because it was like in the beginning. And it's always good, like, just to really branch out. That's why I think Kelsey has so many people, like, going from challenger to coach sometimes. Like, she just, like, it's like a 360 to her. It's like, boom. Like, oh, because she focused on so much, and she shows them that it can be easy. And granted, it's not the easiest thing some days, but it's rewarding. And always sticking to a program is how I feel like I relate to her so much, because I see how much it can take out of her. I know she does this thing for full time, and it's great. And I'm like, how does she do it some days? And then I'm sure you guys are too. Like, some of you guys, like, probably you guys work, and it's hard to get it in. It's hard to make sure that you're following up with people. It's hard to get motivated sometimes. But as a coach, we have to make sure they're motivated. I don't care if you have an automatic message that sends to their phone on every Tuesday night saying, hey, how are you? Like, just bringing them back to reality, showing them that you're here for them. I think that's kind of like really been my overall biggest thing that I've learned from her, is that she's always there. It might take her a couple hours or so because she's busy. I'm not her only challenger. I'm not her only coach. But she's there for me when I need her. And I think that as a coach, we all, like, yes, we have those people. I understand we don't want to always reply because there's sometimes that, like, you are busy and you don't have any energy. But it takes sometimes 5 seconds. Just suck it up and do it. Just like she would tell me, if I don't want to work out, just suck it up. Just get it done. And you're going to see the results in the long time. Just like if you're following up with all your challengers and you're posting everything, you're going to see the results tenfold. You're going to see your business changing. You're going to see your challengers changing. And you're going to really just find yourself changing, because you have to bring that into this. You have to be able to be vulnerable. You have to be able to tell yourself that it's okay to get upset. It's okay to show people your weak side. And there's not been a time that Kelsey told me I need to hold back. I need to not tell something. I need to not be vulnerable. But Kelsey she's just like, I know what you're not ready yet, but when you're ready to tell your story, it's going to go big. When I talked at Super Saturday, my story went very big. And a lot of people shared it. A lot of people got it. A lot of people from corporate actually got it. And a lot of stuff is changing for me now. And it's going to be really cool to have you guys watch this whole change emerge with me. And I'm super stoked that Kelsey has taken a chance with me. Take a chance on your challengers. Show them that they can do this too. A lot of the things like you don't know is like, you don't know people. You don't know some people on the other side of the screen. I didn't know Kelsey. I had no idea who this Kelsey Pape was. But she's still, it's relative. I know you guys don't all know every single one of your challengers personally. Like none of us have actually met in real life. I've met one person in real life off of Beachbody, and that's it. But I still find like all of you guys amazing and awesome, and I'm like, being able to express that off a screen, that's crazy. But I don't even remember. But anyways, Kelsey has been a huge support, and that's going to be the biggest thing I'm going to tell you guys to do is just support your people, support your challengers, support your coaches. Also show your coach like you believe in them. Like I called out like our coaches not the other day, but a while back, because you know the coaches need that too. The big coaches in this business need that too. I think it was Becca, Erica, and Kelsey that I posted about, and it was amazing. It's okay. It's okay. I've like been just like rambling. It's okay. But just really, guys, just be true to yourself and be true to your challengers, and just follow up with them. Be supportive, love them, and they will love you back. They will show you that they can do this too. Like that's really all I have to say, I think. So I will turn this back over to Erica.
Hey, well, thank you so much. Like, I can't thank you enough. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing your story, and you had really good tips. I have some notes too. One thing that I really want to say is I admire your dedication. Like you said, you could have completely stopped when you hit 50 or, you know, whatnot. But you're still going every day. I do have one question. What motivates you the most? Is it the weight, your challenger, like what today, like on the days, there's, even as a coach, there's days like I do not want to press play. I just don't want to do it. So what motivates you to keep doing that?
So right now what motivates me is my challengers. Like I feel like my challengers are the ones that motivate me, because it's like, they're not going to want a coach who's sitting on the couch 24/7. They want to see you changing as well. They want to know that you're on the same journey. And also, I have a class full of 3-year-olds. And they are seeing a change in me. I had a 3-year-old or 4-year. She's 4 now. And she told me, she's like, your belly is not squishing no more. It was hilarious. But you know what? It broke my heart, because she is the sweetest little girl, and she meant nothing by it, like in a mean way. She's like, your stomach's not squishy anymore. It's not like my grandma's. And I'm like, oh, it broke my heart. But that motivates me. You always have to find those little things in life, like my class, that motivates you. I could have let that oh, what? But it didn't. But I think that's like one of the 2 biggest things that really motivate me.
That's so awesome. Thank you again so much for sharing. I will post this recording. I'm going to stop recording now.